Today we will talk about Zhangshi monster incident in southern China. Zhangshi, we have already introduced it before. It is an IQ-less creature that can suck blood and eat people. So does Zhangshi exist? After seeing the Zhangshi monster incident in South China, I think everyone may have some conclusions in their hearts. The south of the country is the name of some parts of Hunan, and this Zhangshi village is located in the northwest of the south of the country. According to the records of the book, there is a scary village in the northwest of the south of the country. There are more than 700 people in the village, but more than 200 people have become zombies. These zombies are different from ordinary people in the daytime. They are just a little stiff and speak little, but at night, they all become terrifying creatures. They suck blood from people and their bodies are rotten, and they are green. So how did these zombies appear? It is said that this village is a very small village, but at the end of the Ming dynasty, many soldiers who avoided war fled here. So this village became a village with 700 people. The people here are very simple. Everyone lives a self-sufficient life. But there are always one or two bad guys in every village. This village is no exception. There is an orphan named Chung San in the village. Because no one taught him, Chung San eventually became a rascal. Chung San is not only idle in the daytime, but also deceives people. So the villagers here don't like Chung San. And Chung San knows that the villagers don't like him. So he lives in the mountains. At night, he goes to the ground to steal the food of the villagers. One night, Chung San went to the mountains to find food. He accidentally dug out a corpse. This corpse smelled bad. The skin became a paste. Chung San was scared to death. But when he reacted, he saw a yellow cloth on the corpse's head. Chung San thought that this thing was not simple. There must be something valuable on the body. So Chung San searched for it on the corpse. But after a long search, Chung San found nothing. He scolded a bad breath and buried the corpse. Here I have to say that Chung San is really brave. After Chung San went back, he began to feel uncomfortable. He was weak all day and was getting thinner. He went to the village to ask for help. The village chief felt sorry for him, so he took him home for treatment. But Chung San just got better. He went to molest the village chief's daughter, so the village chief beat Chung San and drove him away. But a few days later, Chung San came to ask for help again, and this time, he became like a dog. The villagers wanted to teach him a lesson when they saw Chung San, so they immediately caught him and tied him to a tree. But not long after, Chung San died. In the evening, the kind villagers wanted to bury Chung San. But they didn't expect that Chung San's body was gone, and the rope on the ground was obviously not man-made. It was more like Chung San's own shaking. The villagers were afraid. They were not afraid that Chung San was not dead, but they were afraid that Chung San had a death stroke. Because decades ago, there was a legend of a death stroke in this village. It is said that after a bully died in the village, there was a death stroke. He continued to be a bad businessman in the village. Fortunately, a traveling priest passed by here and captured the bully, and he was buried in the back of the village. The villagers soon thought that Chung San was originally living on the mountain. It must have become like this after he touched the bully's body. When they thought of this, the villagers hurried home. Then they scattered glutinous rice and salt at the door, because according to the priest, this could prevent the zombie from getting close. And the young people in the village took the torch and went everywhere to find Chung San's body. They tried to burn him before Chung San hurt people. However, it was not long before the search. A family in the village shouted. When people arrived, they were frightened by the scene in front of them. They only saw the body of this old man hanging on the beam. The blood fell on the ground along the tip of his feet. His daughter-in-law was bitten to the point of blood and flesh. Even the children around him were bitten to the point of eyes. The villagers heard the scream of the villagers before they came. Chung San, who was only wearing a torn shirt, was mercilessly biting the villagers behind him. He was as fast as the legendary ghost, and he was not only fast, but also unable to stab, because when the villagers cut his body with an axe, it felt like cutting a stone. In this way, some villagers who had no time to escape were killed by Chung San. A few days later, the villagers who ran away came to the village with soldiers. They saw the dead villagers still wandering around the village. It was as if what happened that night was just a dream. So at night, the villagers who were brave went back to the village to investigate. With moonlight, he saw the villagers who were wandering around. Now it's clear and bright. and he was crazy about biting those unkilled cows and sheep. The news of Zhangshi village spread quickly. The people around him also moved away from their village. After a long time, this area became a desolate village. After the founding of the country, people moved back and renamed it Mao Village. We don't know if this story is true, but in the ancient books of the village, there is indeed such a strange record. So is it true or false? I think you should think about it yourself. That's all for today's story. See you next time.